Let's start actually tonight laying on our backs for some pranayam. If you want, you can put a little bit of prop under your ribs and then a little more prop under your head. So you're kind of like, not a back bend, but you're just slightly staggered. So it's like almost like a staircase. Your hips are on the ground, your ribs are under a block, and then your head is under a block that's slightly higher. You could also do this with a blanket and then a second blanket. Just to give a little more space to your lungs. But again, laying flat would work fine too. Just make sure that this feels comfortable to your body and you can breathe in and out easily. You can even take a moment to put your hands on the sides of your ribs and breathe into those side ribs. Just kind of feel the breath expanding into that side body. And then even take a breath where you stretch your arms overhead, opening up under the arm, under the side rib even more, and take a couple breaths there, trying to maybe even wiggle a little bit left and a little bit right. And just stretch the breath into those sides of the body 1 or 2 times. Good. Open your arms out nice and wide, like they're kind of hanging off of your staircase of prop. Or you can just touch your fingertips to the very top of your chest and try to open up the top of your lungs for 1 of 2 breaths. This should feel the chest lifting. And then also put your hands on your belly. So now we're sort of taking the practice down and in, becoming aware of a diaphragmatic breath. Diaphragmatic breath is the muscle at the base of the rib cage. It pushes down onto the organs to expand the abdominals. So you have to have a relaxed belly to receive a diaphragmatic breath. This just gets the breath, gets the air flowing more deeply into the lungs. Try to slow your breath, meaning the amount of time an inhale and exhale takes is increased. Try to strain your breath. You can feel if you take a long breath sometimes, you actually tense your throat muscles or even try to lift your shoulders. Let's not do that. Just breathe in. You can even touch your fingertips to the sides of your throat to make sure you don't tense the muscles. Again, it's very common to tense the muscles right at the end of the inhale when we're straining to get more breath in. We don't want to do that. Now I sort of like warmed up the different applications here of the breath anatomy. And let those arms fall by your sides comfortably, or again, if you still need awareness in any of those areas, you can do that. Start to elongate the breath. Concentrate on feeling the torso expand. Feeling the belly expand first, then the ribs, then the chest when you inhale. And then feeling the chest, then the ribs, then the belly soften and contract on the exhale. So inhale, opening belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, softening chest, ribs, belly. Inhaling, opening belly, ribs, chest. Exhaling, softening chest, ribs, belly. If my pace is too fast or too slow, find your own. Inhaling, belly, ribs, chest. Exhaling, chest, ribs, belly. Inhaling, belly, ribs, chest. Exhaling, chest, ribs, belly. Continue to breathe like this. Flowing the inhale from low to high and flowing the exhale from high to low. Concentrate your awareness on your body sensation. Feel each area responding to the breath so that your awareness is turning inward, reflecting on your embodiment. This is the key to having a successful asana practice, where the mind becomes fixed on your object of attention, the object of attention being the body and what's relevant in that particular posture. What's relevant in this particular posture? The breathing apparatus, belly, ribs, chest. Exhaling, chest, ribs, belly. Methodically continue. And try to be present for the fullness of each chamber. So fully filling up the belly before we breathe into the ribs. Fully filling up the ribs before breathing into the chest. Fully filling up the chest before fully emptying the chest. Emptying the ribs. Emptying the belly. Now, the air is not going into these areas, really. That is the muscular apparatus that is making room for a full expansion, full contraction of the lungs. Two more rounds, really concentrate, fully expanding each zone, fully emptying each area. Fabulous. When you're ready, you're just going to roll to your side and come to a tabletop position. You're going to make your tabletop a little longer than usual. So having those hands a little further forward, those knees a little further back. So you're more like a trapezoid than a rectangle. And just take a moment to just kind of shrug each shoulder, bringing that right side up, bringing that left side up. So you're feeling those shoulder blades move on your back. You can kind of let your head and neck kind of twist in that motion. As those shoulders are lifting one and then the other, you can feel your spine is turning a little bit. And now open the right side, shrug that right shoulder, and do that same breath technique. Really trying to fill the right side completely, opening the right lung more, emphasizing the awareness on that side. Even open your right neck to find some space in the upper lung. Good. Hopefully you got a couple breaths in that side. Let's just switch it up. So squeeze that right side a little bit and then shrug and open the left side. Lift that left shoulder and then kind of even lean into it. Lean into that left side and a few breaths, emphasizing the left side expansion. Breathing into new territory. Allowing that lung tissue to expand a little different. Good. Come back to neutral. Let's just do 2 or 3 cat-cows where we're exhaling, moving the spine one way, and then inhaling, moving the spine another. It doesn't matter which, just link it. Inhaling, the spine goes up or down. Exhaling, it goes reverse. Try to almost feel what feels better. Right? Where does my musculature, does it like to round when I inhale, or does it like to round when I exhale, and vice versa? Just sort of feel what is natural to you. Good. Now let's go into that hammock shape where we're hanging our spine. Our arms are nice and straight. The throat is open. The ribs are hanging. Belly's nice and long. Belly's nice. Even push your groins back a little bit to lengthen the abdomen. Let's breathe that same breathing. So we're allowing the lungs to be affected by this shape. Inhale, belly, ribs, and chest. Stay in the shape. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly. Just do that 2 more times. Breathe into the shape. Allow your inner body, inner prana to fill out this asana. If you didn't realize, now we're going to reverse. So let that forehead hang down like a bowling ball. Hoist those ribs up like a canopy or a dome. Bring the low back up towards the sky as well, and its tail kind of, sit bones kind of descend. And the same thing, about 2 or 3 breath cycles. Really breathing into the back body here, right? We've opened the back body. We want to see it. Can we open the back lung tissue? Can we be soft in our musculature so the breath can still flow just as easily here? Concentrate on the inner experience of your asana. Right? Inner, we just mean the inner felt body experience. Good. And then sit your sit bones back towards your heels. Let's take a child's posture. Just rest a moment, kind of feel you can roll your forehead side to side. Okay, when you're ready, you're gonna pull yourself forward to a cobra. So letting the hips kind of hang down. You can bend your elbows until the pelvis rests on the mat. And just stay here. So however much bend you need so the pelvis can rest on the mat comfortably. Pressure in your low back. And receive the breath here. Receiving the breath is not easy. We constantly sort of want to get more out of our pose. But just to think, oh, my asana is just this container, this vessel for the vital energy, the breathing apparatus to move through me. If you've got your blocks, you're going to stay slightly lifted in your cobra. You're going to grab your blocks. If you don't have blocks, you can go up on your fingertips. And you're going to stretch those blocks out in a V shape on a diagonal. The higher, the more invested the pose gets. And you're going to push down your blocks or push down your fingertips on the floor and open your wings. Open the underarm. You can rock your hips side to side. And again, this is all about trying to get the breath into undiscovered territory. Rock the hips, turn the toes to the right, look to your right, and receive a breath. Rock the toes to the left, turn the gaze to the left, same thing. Good, let's turn to the right again. This time you're going to actually lift your right leg up and pull the right foot across. This should expose the low belly muscles on the right side. Just take a deep breath, filling in the right belly muscles. Good, let's come back to center and turn ourselves to the left. You're going to pull that left foot back a little further, opening the left belly muscles, and keep your arms outstretched. Yeah. Good, let's come back down. Place the hands back under your shoulders. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, push back, tabletop. Or a little past tabletop for a moment. Inhale, stretch forward. I'm just going to stretch the right hand as high into the sky as you can. Take a deep breath here. Let's place that hand back down. And slowly kind of sit back into your hips for a moment. And then inhale, come back forward. Let's stretch that left arm high into the sky. Let's come back down, let's sit back. Inhale, bring the right arm up. This time bring your right foot out and open. You're gonna push that right knee back and open the right arm to the sky. Good, place your right hand behind your head and press your head into your hand. Opening that right side. Let's go back, tabletop with the hips slightly back. Inhale, come forward, bring that left foot out wide, open that left arm up. And place that hand behind the head and gently press the skull against the palm. Breathe. Let's come back down and come up for kneeling posture. In kneeling posture, you're going to place your hands, both hands on the back of the skull and actually close the elbows. So we're exposing the back of the shoulder blades. We're opening up the back of the heart. And breathe into the back of the heart. Now let your chin drop slightly. This practice so far is all about just finding out how can we breathe in different shapes? How can we expand our breath? The breath is more than just the lungs expanding. It's the vital energy of prana to feel into our embodiment. Broaden the shoulder blades. Release the top of the neck, top of the traps. Good. Let's place our hands down on the mat. Push the hands down nice and firm. Downward facing dog. We want to stretch our fingers, stretch our elbow joints, stretch our knee joints. Good. Breathe deep. Try to make the breath as long as you can in your back body. Stretching the back body with length and spaciousness through breathing. Keep spreading those fingers. And then bring the right knee forward for pigeon pose. Oh my gosh, early pigeon. Wow, what are we doing? Right shin forward, right knee forward. You're going to press down on the floor, press down with your shins and your palms. Open your throat. Receive the breath here. Try to push down in such a way that it pulls your shoulders down away from your ears. Pushing down actually lifts your heart, lifts your spine up. Good. Let's tuck our toes and go back to our downward facing dog. Stretch the finger joints, stretch the elbows, stretch the knees. And let's bring the left knee forward, open. Try to bring those shoulder blades down off of our ears. Breathe into the space you're making. Good. Let's go back downward facing dog. Now let's just walk out our feet. Notice how when you walk out your feet, the outer hip and the waistline open. Right? If I walk out my right heel, my right side opens near my hip and just above my head. Just feel into that space. Stretch and breathe into that space. Now the air can't get into that space, but the prana does. The prana is the life force that pulses through our system. So the blood, the lymph, there is plenty of pulse happening physiologically in those areas. The bone, the skin, the muscle, those are all live tissue. And so just stretching into it and then breathing. helps circulate the flow of energy through those muscles. So open the left side and breathe as you move your hips, restoring vitality to these areas. We're going to walk our feet forward or our hands back to a forward bend. And put your hands as high as you need to, because we want to actually straighten our legs today. Let's just see what that feels like. We don't lock out the knee, but we're straightening the legs to activate the muscles. Straighten the legs. You put your hands as high as you need to on blocks, coffee table, whatever. And then once you straighten the legs, even lean forward slightly as though you were trying to bring your hips straight over your feet. Draw your belly muscles in. This squeezing of the abdominals helps to activate more prana, create some energetic tone. Inhale, rise all the way up to standing. Exhale, hinge. Straighten those legs, bow forward. Really be careful if this up and down is too much, okay? You just break the foot sequence up. You're gonna inhale, stretch your chin forward. Let's step our left leg back and push through our left foot, straightening the left leg. Breathing as you push through the left leg, push your hips down through your front foot. As you push down through your front foot, stretch your chin up. Good, take a big step to forward fold and step the right leg back. Same thing, so push through the right leg. Bend through the front knee by sinking your hips into the front foot and open the chest. Straighten that right knee. Good, we're gonna do a simple flow. Really do this one standing up. We're gonna step back, plank pose, exhale, lower down, inhale, scoop the chest up, exhale, downward dog. Straighten those joints. Walk the feet forward or hands back. Inhale, come all the way up. Stretch up to the sky. Let's open our left side. Let's open our right side and go right back down. Inhale, stretch the chin forward. Straighten those joints. Bring the hips forward. Breathe here. Try to tone your abdominal muscles by continuing to lean forward slightly, but round the back now so we don't sink our hips back. We did this last week at the wall. I'm just trying to feel that awareness without the aid of the wall. Good, bend your knees. Let's step our left leg back. Same exact pose. Straighten that left leg as best you can. Keep it straight. And now push your hips down through your front foot. Make sure your knee feels strong as you open your heart and chest into lunge. Good, let's step forward and change sides. Push straight through that right leg, straight knee, and sink your hips into the front foot. Open your heart straight to the sky. Good, hands down, let's step back, plank pose. Exhale, lower down, a little more challenge is to never touch the ground here. Inhale, cobra pose. Knees can obviously touch if you like. We're just giving options. Exhale, downward facing dog. And then walk out that dog. Push the right heel down, bend the left knee slightly. So we open up our right side and sway. Sway to your right side and breathe into it. Where does the breath take you in that swaying? How does that pose deepen? Okay, let's sway to the other side. Straighten the left leg, widen the left ribs and shoulder. Breathe. Awesome, let's walk the feet forward, the hands back. Straighten our legs so we're as high as you need to be with your hands. Stretch the hips forward. Stretch the hips forward. I promise you can't get too good at this. Try those cues again. Legs straight. Hips forward slightly. We're on our feet, right? Our feet are on the earth. We're just bringing them a little bit forward to help engage our core in our forward bend. Inhale, rise all the way up to the sky. Let's interlock our fingers this time and stretch the palms to the sky. And open our chest, open our front spine. Good. Step your left foot back, warrior two posture. Warrior two posture. You're gonna bend your front knee and just sink your pelvis through into that front heel. Same kind of cue. Let's turn our palms up today and pull our shoulder blades onto our back. As you bend that front knee, keep that outer back foot down. Keep sinking. Maybe you can take a little longer stance as you continue to sink. Good. Now take a big windmill motion with that left hand. You're going to place it on the block or on the floor. That back foot can stay planted, or you can lift that heel, or you can drop that knee. You're going to go to a twisted lunge. You're going to try to roll that right hip away from your body, but let's keep that right foot flat on the floor. Good. Place the right hand down, step back, plank pose, lower down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Straighten your joints. We want to straighten the knuckles of our hand, our elbows, our knees. It sends prana through the limbs. It brings aliveness and circulation through our whole body. Right, walk the feet forward, the hands back, whatever. Inhale, straighten those leg bones. Reach the hips forward slightly. Breathe. Are you breathing and sending prana to the areas of the body that are being activated in the pose? And then just gently take the hips a little left and a little right. A little left and a little right. Feeling how it creates subtle awarenesses in your feet, your knees, and the hips themselves about our chronic habits, our chronic patterns of movement. Inhale, reach up to the sky, interlock those fingers and reach them up high into the air. Let's open our side ribs, shrug those shoulders this time. Hang your forehead, shrug your shoulders. Good, man. Open the arms out, pull the arms nice and wide, turn your palms out, open the chest, pulling the arms back. Good. When you're ready, you're going to step that right foot back, warrior two pose, reaching out with your arms. With our foundation, we're pushing our hips down into our front foot, keeping the back foot planted. Squeeze the shoulders onto the back. Send the breath into the part of the body that's active in our asana. It's maintaining our pose. Good. Big windmill. Take that right hand down. Twisted lunge. Lifting that left arm up. Roll that outer left hip down slightly. Good. Beautiful. Now let's place both hands down, step back, plank pose. From plank pose, you can come down onto your one forearm and then onto both forearms. Breathe in here. Now, whichever forearm went down first, if you can lift that one back up. And then lift the other one back up, plank pose. One more time. Forearm down. Forearm down. Forearm up. Forearm up. Elbow straight, knees straight. Exhale down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Straighten those limbs and let your skull hang to the floor. Sometimes when we straighten our joints, we overextend, we overexert. Try to just do the minimum amount of energy to have straight limbs, straight joints. If you can do this, you can actually feel the prana, you can feel the warmth of the energy body, the mind's awareness, transferring vital awareness into the physical body. Good, let's come on down to kneeling pose. Bring the knees close and the feet apart. And let's sit back. Virasana, you can sit on a frog or sit right on the floor is fine. Inhale, open the chest. Pull your shoulder blades back, open your chest. Now let's inhale, stretch our right arm up to the sky, and exhale, take it across to our outer left thigh. Breathing, pushing down on that outer left thigh. Breathe and twist. Look as far back over your left shoulder as you can. Stay in the twist and look over your right shoulder. Good. Inhale, stretch your left arm as high as you can and take it across, switching sides. Press down on your right thigh. Breathe and twist to the right. Remember the initial intention of our practice. To breathe and send the breath into the part of the body that wants it. What part wants to expand on the inhale? What part wants to contract on the exhale? Stay in the twist, look back over the left shoulder. Good, let's come back down, tabletop pose. Push the floor down. Push the tops of the feet into the mat this time. That's the top of your foot, not the sole of your foot, the opposite. And lift your shins, knees 1 inch off the ground. We're gonna breathe here. Top of the feet pressing down, elbows straight. Let's lift those knees 3 inches off the ground now. 6 inches off the ground now. 8 inches off the ground now. Should get it really kind of almost hard to do on the tops of your feet. As high as you can lift your knees, still on the tops of your feet, maybe just on the tops of your toes. And then roll onto downward dog. Inhale, stretch your left leg up high to the sky. Let's straighten our knee joints. Don't lock them out, don't hyperextend them, but do in fact straighten them. Straighten the elbow joints. Keep breathing here. Good. Let's step that left foot all the way to the front of the mat. Inhale up, warrior two. Straighten your left leg. And hold the left shin. We'll place the hand inside of it. Triangle pose. Good. Let's press our hips down through our feet. Extending our knee joints. Good. Take your right hand today and reach it out over the short edge of your mat. So out in front like you're resting on a ledge with your palm. That's it. Keep reaching. Keep reaching till you're stretching that whole right edge of your body. Really open it with your breath. And now you're gonna, don't move your right hand. Even look at your right palm. Make sure it doesn't move. But roll your ribs open. Roll your ribs to the right without moving your right palm as much as you can. Level two, you're gonna take your left hand and clap your right hand. Don't move your right hand. One breath. Inhale, clap. and back to the left leg. One more time. Inhale, clap, and place it back down. Whew, good. Bend the knee, step back, rest pose of your choice. Good job. When you're ready, you're going to inhale, lift that right leg up high into the sky. And we're going to straighten our knee joints today, both knees. Keep breathing. Circulating the prana into the areas that need it. Good. Bend the knee. Step it forward. Warrior two. Right foot in front this time. Straighten the right leg and push your hips down through your feet. A little bit shorter triangle pose today. You can have that back foot turned in even. You're going to take that left hand over the top. So it's a straight line with your hip. Good. Keep stretching that left edge. So pushing your outer left hip through your left heel, reaching your fingers away from you. Once you feel like you've got a steady base, you're going to inhale and clap that bottom hand up to the top. One breath movement. Inhale, clap, and back down. Inhale, clap, and back down. I forgot to rotate. Roll that left rib all the way back without moving the left palm. Good. Let's place our hand down on the mat. Step back, downward facing dog. Let's take it through a flow. Inhale, forward. Exhale, downward. Inhale, curling upward. Exhale, back to downward. Walk forward or walk back to a forward bend. Straighten your leg joints. Bring the pelvis forward. Maintain it with less hand effort, with less weight in your hands. That means you have to engage your core body. Keep it. Inhale, start to come upright. Stretch up to the sky. Wonderful. So a little more core work to circulate some belly energy in the abdomen here. You're going to place your hands on your knees. You're going to bend the knees slightly. What we do here is that we inhale, fill up our torso. It's good to have shrugged shoulders, lots of space. And on the exhale, you're going to squeeze your belly muscles back. Pushing all the air out. Let's do that 3 times. Inhale, filling up. Exhale, squeezing the muscles while pushing the air out. Gluing the abdominal muscles towards the spine. So good for our organs. Inhale, opening up. Don't clench, squeeze. Know the difference. Squeezing inward. Inhale, opening up. Should feel warmth, warm blood circulating into the core. Squeezing. Last one. This time when all the air is out, bring the belly muscles in even further, like you're hollowing. Inhale, all up to standing. Exhale, arms by your sides and just let the body relax a moment. You should feel a surge of heat moving through your system. Fresh pumping blood. Good. If you've got yourself a strap, please go ahead and find it. You can make do without it, certainly. You're just going to take that strap up in the right hand.
I'm playing with not mirroring. Let me know after the class. I always mirror, and I'm not sure it actually matters with Zoom. I think Zoom may flip it. So you're gonna stretch your right arm into the sky, okay? The right arm into the sky, you're gonna reach back with your left hand under, behind, and you're gonna hold. You're gonna just walk your left hand up the strap. So it actually pulls your right hand down the strap. Okay, you're gonna walk your hands as close to each other as they get. Don't let go with the right, just walk with the left. And the shoulder joints should still have space in them, no pinching in either shoulder. Okay, bring your chest up. And feel where the breath is. Take your outer edges of your feet and cover the outer edges of your mat or close to it. And turn to your right, breathe. Straighten the knee joints if you can. Make sure it doesn't cause any discomfort. And then take your right elbow towards your left toes. And breathe into the space that allows you to go further into the pose. So I open my right side with my breath, and I squeeze my belly muscles with my exhale. And that's what takes me deeper into the pose. Push down through your feet, inhaling back up, and release. So again, I'm very curious if it matters. Let me know after the class. You're going to stretch your left arm up with the strap. And then I'm going to reach back behind me with my right. I'm going to walk my hand up the strap, pulling my left hand down. Okay, you want to make sure you're in a place where you're not hurting either shoulder, and you're still very much upright in the pose. Lift your chest and take a breath here. Try to keep the knees straight if possible as you twist to your left. It can get boring and lose focus and attention, but straighten those legs. And notice where you want to breathe now. Where can you explore your torso? Good, now exhale, take your left elbow down towards your right toes. I want to deepen the pose. Inhaling into the parts of the body that want more length. My left edge, my left back wants more space. And my belly muscles, especially my right belly muscles, want less space, so I squeeze on the exhale. This is how I use my breath to stay present in my poses. Inhale to the areas that want space. Exhale to the areas that need contraction. Good. Push down through your feet. Inhale to come up. And release the strap. Drop it off by your sides. Let's step wide on our mats. Not super wide. We want to do a horse stance. So feet are about 45 degrees. And push your knees over your feet. Put the hands on the knees again. Let's keep our elbows straight. And just start by rocking. And as you rock, feel into where your hips can benefit from this pose. You're exposing areas of mobility or lack of mobility. Just rocking. Okay, see if you can sit a little deeper and then rock again. Good, now push your right hand into your right thigh and turn your shoulders left. Breathe into that right back rib. 2 more of those. Good, let's come back to center and push with our left hand, turning our shoulders to the right. And now breathe, inhale into the back left ribs. Sliding fresh prana into this twist. Really good. Inhale back to center. Whew, that's a long hold. Inhale, stretch those legs straight. Reach those arms up to the sky and you're gonna hold your elbows. If you can do this comfortably, you're gonna slide the hands and put your palms on your shoulders. If you can do this, you're gonna keep sliding your hands and palm over palm, covering the upper back. And then open your head, lean your skull back to open the front body. Good, exhale, hands on the knees. Let's go back into it, sink back down and rock slowly. We wanna stay on our feet. We're just rocking into one knee and then rocking into the other. So it deepens our hip mobility. We're going nice and slow so our hips feel safe and stable. Okay, so you can drop a little lower into that horse stance, maybe parallel thighs. Let's do it again. Push with the right arm. Rotate to your left. And breathe into the space on the back of that right shoulder and rib. Open your neck into the twist. Dare to gaze over your left shoulder. Fill in, you're expanding the lung, the inner right lung. Good, let's reverse. Push with the left, turn to the right. Let the gaze and skull go with the twist over the right shoulder. And then open the inner left lung into the back of the spine and rib. Good, back to center, sit as deep as you can into your horse stance. See if you can take your hands off your legs, one deep breath, arms out, you can do it. Whew. Push with your legs, inhale, come up. Hold your elbows, fold your shoulders, you choose, or palm over palm. And then gently lean back, opening the front. Good. Relax the movement. We're going to do drop stance. So you're going to sink into your left knee, lift your right toes, just your right heel. If you need blocks, you use blocks. And you're going to drop down, hands to the floor, lifting those toes up. So it's like the left side's in the squat and the right side's in a runner stretch. And then one movement, push up into warrior two. Open up, reverse warrior. And then exhale back, horse stance. When you're ready, you're going to sink into that right leg, lift those left toes, drop stance. Flexing that left leg straight as you can. That left heel is heavy. Inhale, pop up into warrior two. Inhale, lift up the left side. And then reverse it back. Horse stance. Let's do that whole sequence again. Inhale, up. Exhale, drop to the left side. Right toes lifts. Inhale, warrior two. Carry it through all the way into reverse. And then exhale, neutral. Inhale, up. Exhale, drop it down all the way on the right side. Inhale, warrior two. Bring it all the way up. And then exhale, neutral. Good, let's step back to the front of our mats. Ooh, breathe. Just feel that the body should be pretty open. Relax the joints. Soften the knees, the ankles. Okay, pyramid variation. So you're gonna choose. The easiest way to do it is actually to line the left edge of your foot, your left foot with the edge of your mat, and step your right foot right in front. We want a little shorter stance today. And you can turn that back foot out. More advanced, you're actually gonna cross. You're gonna cross the midline. But right in front is good. And if this is too unbalancing, you actually can go a little wide. But we want to bring the feet as close to narrow as possible and shorten it a little bit today as well. Now we're just going to bow like you're on a tightrope pose, bowing over, right leg in front. If this is manageable, you're going to walk that foot across the midline. And very gently, if the knees can be straight, you can move the hips just a 1/4 inch forward, 1/4 inch back, 1/4 inch left, 1/4 inch right. Exposing nuances of immobility and instability. And inviting strength. And most challenging, actually take your hands away today as you do this. Micro stability happening in those hips. Knees straight if possible. If the back one locks out, we need to bend the back one so the front one can straighten. And then actually the hardest part of this pose is to come back up without hands on the ground. Okay, so you can go to the other side of your mat, however you want to find your balance point, with the left foot in front. So narrower and a little shorter today than a typical pyramid pose. And then bow. And find your steadiness, yet still challenged. So both legs can be straight. Again, your hands can be on props. This little micro movement with the hips, being careful. And if possible, maybe taking the hands away. Inhale and coming back up, pushing energy straight through the joints. Wonderful. Balancing poses today. You're going to go to the wall if you need it. Inhale, lift up your right knee as high as you can. And then cross the right knee over the left knee. So we're in eagle legs today. Nice counter to our horse stance. And you can just place the palms together, elbows together, or take the right elbow under the left elbow, eagle arms if that's available. Squeezing the shins, squeezing the forearms against each other. Breathing. Where does the breath want to go? This is actually a thoracic pose. I'm going to open the mid-back. So you're going to send your breath into the mid-back area. And you exhale at the abdomen. Good. Inhale, open up. And bring your left knee up. And stack the knee on top. And that left elbow goes under. We're just hand on the wall, totally fine. This opens the mid-back, the thoracic. So you want to breathe into those mid-rib, the low rib, and the back body. And you exhale, you squeeze up the navel. Filling in the breath to fill in the asana. Inhale, back up. Wonderful. Let's open our stance again. We're going to come down into squat pose. So now the hips are in fact below the knee if possible. You want to try to descend the pelvis. This is, again, very much a low back and back body pranayama. So you're breathing into the back body. And the exhale softens the front body. Chest softens down. Belly muscles tone. 2 more breaths like that. Expand the back on the inhale. Soften the front body on the exhale. Good. You're going to take a seat on your mat. We're going to go to a boat pose. Draw the core back. The heels of the toes can touch the floor. Squeeze the shins to touch if you can. Maybe hover the shins. We're going to push our spine into the mat and open the arms into cactus arms on the mat. And you're going to keep the knees bent with the shins parallel to the floor. Or for more challenge, you're actually going to straighten your legs vertical. I want you to keep the spine flat against the floor. This is Jatari. You're going to take the legs 45 degrees to the left on the exhale. And then inhale to center. 45 degrees to the right on the exhale. Inhale to center. Left exhale. Center inhale. Right exhale. Center. 3 more. Left. Don't stop. Center. Exhale right. Don't stop. Inhale, center. Left. Center. Right. 1 more round, center. Left. Center. Right. Center. Good. Pull the right leg towards you. If you can hold the calf with both hands. And lower the left leg down, hovering it off the ground. Keep it hovering, that's it. Straighten the knee joints if that's available to you. Now slowly lift the left leg, hold it, and lower the right leg. Straighten the knee joints if it's available to you. Keep that low back on the mat. Lift the right, change hand, change the grip, left leg lowers. Change, nice and slow, slower the better. Control the movement. Keep breathing. Inhale, leg lifts. Exhale, other leg lowers. Try to keep the forehead up. Keep the upper back off the mat. Holding the leg this way will help. We'll exhale, you lower. Inhale, you lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, you lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Lower. Inhale, lift. Lower. How many times are we going to do this? Doesn't matter. You're not in your mind. You're in the body's experience. Drive the thoughts out. 2 more. Maybe. Who knows? Lower. Lifts. Good. Both legs lift. Straighten those knee joints. See if your fingertips can touch your toes. And now open the arms out behind you as low as you can without touching the earth. Lower the legs as low as you can without touching the earth. Keep breathing. 2 more breaths. Low back on the mat. And relax. Big full inhale. Try it again. Take a big full inhale and hold the breath for a few counts. Breathe when you need to. Just 2 more of those. Big full inhale, hold when you for as long as you can, and then exhale. Beautiful. Inhale, roll up to a comfortable seated posture. You can sit on a prop. And cross your shins. Sukhasana. Make sure that the spine can be upright. Your sit bones are balanced without any tension. So it's more than appropriate to sit up, that you have no tension in your spine or hips. All right, take your left hand off to the left. You can put your hand on a prop if you want, on a block, and just lower that left elbow as low as it'll go without letting your right hip come up. So as low as the elbow will go, without the right hip coming up. Good. And now breathe into this space that you've made. Breathe into the right side. Now place your right hand on your left knee. And your toe should kind of be out on a diagonal. Walk your right hand out on that diagonal. As far as one, maybe a little spider tip crawl. And now breathe into the space you made. There should be no efforting here, no striving. We made a basic shape, and we're letting gravity do the work. And now we're letting the breath do the inner work. Breathing into the area that wants to expand. Outer right hip, outer right waist, upper right back and shoulder. On the exhale, I gently squeeze my left waist, my left abdomen, my left side rib. This will take me deeper into the pose. Good, now inhale, stretch your right arm all the way up, and come out of your posture. Good work. Let's change the shins. And you're going to drape your right side, right forearm, right palm straight to the right, without letting the left sit bone come up. So everyone has a different distance they go. I'm lying to myself. This side, I don't go as far. Interesting. My left hip comes up easier than my right. Try and be honest with our bodies. Looks good. Okay, put the left hand on the right knee. And you're going to follow it past that toe on the diagonal. And this will sort of open the left side and open the left back body some. Both sit bones are down. Beautiful. That's it, you got it. And breathe into the part that's been expanded. And exhale into the part that is contracted. Let it be a discovery process. Let it be a felt experience of embodiment. Inhale, stretch your left arm up. And then come out of your pose. Fabulous. And stretch the legs wide now. Upavishta Konasana, wide-legged stance. You put those blocks out in front of you. Just sink into your heels, sink into your sit bones. Drape your spine forward. No effort, no, just gravity. Just gravity. And again, we open on the inhale, the side ribs, the back body. We drape our front body down, our chest exhales, our ribs exhale, our belly muscles exhale. We just go back and forth inside our breath. So our breath becomes inside the asana, brings the asana to life. Inhaling, coming back up. We're going to lay on our backs now. Pull our knees into our chest for a breath or two. Sinking into the earth. Almost time to rest. Well-earned, well-deserved practice. Place those feet on the floor. You're going to push your arms down into the floor and lift your hips up, bridge posture. Inhale, 1. Exhale, down. Walk the feet in closer. Inhale, 2. Exhale, down. Inhale, 3. Exhale, down. Inhale, 4. Exhale, down. We're gonna inhale, 5. You're going to put a prop under your hips. And just relax your spine. If it's available to you, you'll stretch those legs out straight. Should feel very comfortable and sturdy. Your shoulders are earthing. Your heels are earthing. Your skull is earthing. Even though the hips are lifted, they are still sinking straight into the earth. Let's slowly bring the knees up if they aren't already and remove the prop. Take the right knee nice and wide. Take the left knee nice and wide. Good. Butterfly legs, just feet together, knees open and apart. Relax. Keep relaxing into this pose. Feet heavy, hips heavy, shoulders heavy, skull heavy. And start to stretch your limbs out straight on the mat. And rest. Forgetting the breath, forgetting the body.
Maybe forgetting the mind, and going beyond all of it. Stretch your body and take a comfortable seat. Thanks for practicing. Namaste.